You've been lied to about how change actually works. We've all been conditioned to believe that if we want to, actually transform our lives, if we want to get fit or build a business or finally master a new skill, we just need more hustle, more grind, more willpower. But here's the cold, hard truth. Willpower, it's a trap. It's a finite resource. It's like a battery that drains every single time you make a decision. And look, if you're relying on willpower to change your life, well, you've already lost the war before the first battle even starts. Today, we're deleting the hustle culture software. We're going to stop trying to force change and actually start allowing it to happen naturally. I'm going to show you why identity, not discipline, is the real secret to permanent transformation. And I'm going to show you the math, the actual math that proves you only need to be 1% better to become, 37 times more powerful? Yeah. Welcome to Reset with Niko. Let's get into it. Think about your typical Monday morning. You're motivated, right? You're ready to conquer the world. But then work happens, traffic happens, decisions happen. By 6 p.m., your willpower battery is at like 2%. This is why you choose the couch over the gym. This is why you grab the takeout instead of the meal prep. The hustle belief tells you to just dig deeper. But biology says you can't. You're trying to use a cognitive resource to solve a structural problem. See, the reason most people fail, it isn't because they're lazy. It's because they're focusing on outcomes rather than identity. Think of it in 3 layers. The outer layer is the outcome. I want to lose 20 pounds. The middle layer is the process. I'm going to go to the gym. But the core, the actual engine, that's the identity. I am the type of person who doesn't miss a workout. If you don't change that core, the outer layers, they're eventually just going to collapse under the weight of your old habits. Let me give you a psychological shortcut here. Imagine 2 people are offered a cigarette. The first person says, "No thanks, I'm trying to quit." Now, that sounds like a good answer, right? But internally, they still identify as a smoker who is trying to be someone else. They're using willpower to resist a craving. The second person says, "No thanks, I'm not a smoker." That is a massive shift. They aren't trying to do anything. They've simply updated their identity. A non-smoker, well, they don't smoke. It's not a struggle. It's just who they are. When you shift your identity to being a focused creator or an athlete, your actions start to follow your self-image. You stop asking, "Do I have the energy for this?" And you start saying, "Well, this is just what people like me do." Identity is the fuel. Behavior is just the exhaust. Now, I know what you're thinking. Niko, I can't just wake up and decide I'm a millionaire or a pro athlete. And you're right. You don't build an identity with a wish. You build it with evidence. Every action you take is a vote for the person you want to become. One push-up doesn't make you an athlete, sure, but it casts a vote for that identity. And this is where the 1% rule becomes your actual superpower. We live in a world that it demands overnight success, but the math of the universe, it works differently. If you can get just 1% better, just 1%, every single day for 1 year, the results aren't just linear, they're exponential. Here's the formula. 1.01 to the power of 365 equals 37.78. By doing 1% more than yesterday, just a tiny, almost unnoticeable improvement, you will be 37 times better by this time next year. 37 times! On the flip side, if you get 1% worse every day, you decline almost down to 0. Consistency, it beats intensity every single time. So how do we apply this today, like right now? First, stop setting goals that rely on your future self having more discipline than you have right now. It's not going to happen. Instead, pick one identity you want to adopt. You want to be a writer, a healthy person, a learner? Second, find the 1% version of that identity. If you want to be a writer, don't try to write 2,000 words today. Just write one sentence. That's it. That's your 1%. If you want to be an athlete, don't go for a 5-mile run. Just put on your running shoes. Walk to the end of the block. You're not training for the marathon yet. You're training the habit of being the person who runs. You're collecting evidence. You're winning the vote for your new identity. Once the identity is locked in, the hustle, it becomes effortless. Changing your life isn't about a massive explosion of effort. It's about a quiet, persistent shift in who you believe you are. Stop fighting yourself. Stop relying on a willpower battery that's honestly destined to run out. Start casting votes for the person you want to become, 1% at a time. If this message, if it clicked for you, hit the like button and subscribe to Reset with Niko. We're going to keep breaking down the psychology of success, minus the fluff, and definitely minus the fake hustle. I want to hear from you in the comments. What is the one identity you're claiming today? I'm Niko. Let's reset together.